Progression of perception. Now, if I were to share with you that 5 days after turning 14, and a few days after giving birth to my baby girl, that I just moseyed out of that hospital, holding her in my arms, and shifted the perception of what people believed in teen parents to be, I would be kidding both you and me. My journey took healing. My journey took believing beyond present day scenarios. My journey took time. There's a photo that a friend of mine took of my daughter and I. It was winter and I could tell because there were no leaves on the trees and little patches of snow on the ground, with just enough pavement for my daughter to rollerblade her way through the park with me. She and I stood side by side holding hands, interlocked. The tale of a deep bond between mother and daughter. She wore her rollerblades and all her protective gear, her helmet, her knee pads, and her wristbands, and I rocked this Superfly jacket that I bought at Forever 21, a jacket I so deeply loved with fur on the hood, reminding me of an aviator jacket. I wore it until the rip on the side of my arm showed. And I wore these wrestling sneakers. But most importantly, around my neck, I rocked a camera. I had just found my way into photography after years of investing in myself and looking and digging deep into what could be possible for me. Now, around that time, we lived in Harlem, 113th Street, between Frederick Douglass and Manhattan Avenue. I was in college and I babysat a set of twins. And a few years later, I remember clearly the day when my perspective on my own personal journey shifted. It was a winter day and just my daughter was with me, and I picked up the boys from school and we headed to one of our favorite spots. It's this little cafe on Hudson Street in Greenwich Village. And we ordered our favorite. It was really simple, soup and a cheese toast. And the guy behind the counter, he looked at me. He said, "Siblings?" And I said, "No. Actually, I'm babysitting the two boys, and this is my daughter." And his eyes widened with disbelief. And I lifted my chin just a bit and puffed out my chest. Because now I was waiting for him to share what I was used to hearing from the world. But instead, I stood in my power. And I said, "Yeah, I'm in college now." And I shared my story. I was pregnant when I was 13. I hid my pregnancy for 8 months and fear kept me silent. But now I'm in college and I found my passion for photography. And now I hope that one day she could be like me. She could follow her dreams with audacity, to believe that she too can believe in the beauty of her dreams and best case scenarios. And he looked at me, his eyes filled with love. And he said, "Wow, all right." And in that moment, I could tell that I shifted his perspective of what was possible, not just for me, but for him and for his community. That he can see in that moment beyond what society had believed for someone like me, a mom in her teens. And my question to us is, how big can we believe despite the adversity we've faced and the journey we've walked? Let's continue to shift our perspective and find the progressive perception of our current reality and believe beyond the beauty of our dreams. Thank you.